The Bahamas makes history at the United Nations General Assembly by becoming the latest country to support the rights of the disabled and to ensure the protection of children. It's a major step as a member of the global community and one the Bahamas expects to lead the region in. Clint Watson has the story tonight from New York.
A landmark day for the Bahamas at the United Nations as we became the latest country to support the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. Social Services and Community Development Minister, the Honorable Melanie Griffin, deposited the instrument of ratification at the annual treaty event of the 70th session of the UN General Assembly.
The Bahamas is committed to advancing the rights of persons with disabilities in all spheres of society, and I look forward to joining the 157 state parties to the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities at the 9th session in June 2016.
The move comes on the heels of the government unanimously passing legislation known as the Persons with Disabilities Equal Opportunities Bill, a law that concretely advances the rights of the disabled community and in particular legislates opportunities for employment.
In the Bahamas, for the first time, we have something that is somewhat of a quota, whereby in the actual law, and we've gotten employers to sit with us and to agree to this, that there, for every 100 employee a company employs, they have to employ 1%. 1%, I think it's 1% persons with disabilities. That is very, very important, particularly where we have those companies that have 800 to 2,000, 3,000 persons. It becomes very important for persons with disabilities.
The Bahamas is the first in the region, aside from Guyana, to implement legislation for the disabled. Having done so, Minister Griffin says work intensifies to fully implement the law.
And so we have to now move forward to ensure that all the provisions of the legislation are brought into force and that we take some action to ensure that our persons with disabilities really get their due. They are an important, every segment of our population, of our community, of our society. Every segment is important, and for far too long they have been suffering because of lack of legislation, lack of equal opportunities. And we have the commission in place, the Disability Commission is in place, we have the Executive Secretary and his staff in place, and so they've been doing a lot of work, and it can only be now full speed ahead for us.
Now, also enforced and deposited today were instruments to support legislation and convention on child pornography and child prostitution, as well as children involved in armed conflicts. Already, the Bahamas has laws that prohibit these kinds of acts from taking place. At the United Nations, Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.